Madden Football is the home of Super Bowl 57, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Dolphins and the Falcons. All that and more coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. We count down to kickoff in what should be an epic one here, as it'll be the AFC champion Miami Dolphins taking on the champions from the NFC, the Atlanta Falcons. Brandon Gaudin here with Charles Davis, and for the Dolphins, what a turnaround under first-year head coach Mike McDaniel. I mean, this is a franchise that had not won a playoff game since the year 2000, but wow, I mean, they're AFC champions.
Give them a big amount of credit for getting here, and how about this franchise in total? They have won the Super Bowl twice. But those were Super Bowls 7 and 8 in 1973-74. They are so excited to be back in the big game.
Meanwhile, wasn't too long ago that the Atlanta Falcons were in the Super Bowl, and that's one that Falcon fans want to forget, 2017 Super Bowl 51. But now they're back in the big game for the third time in franchise history.
And there's no way we can get to this game without remembering a few of those details of that last Super Bowl appearance. They were up 28-3, ended up losing in overtime to New England. Give them a ton of credit for putting that game behind them, getting back to the Super Bowl so soon. That shows a lot of character for this franchise.
Now Patterson to start the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. This Super Bowl, of course, just a huge one for this head coach. The first time he's walked the sidelines in a game of this magnitude. And you know, I might normally ask the cliche, what's going through his mind right now? But maybe the better question, CD, what do you think are the pitfalls of being a first-time head coach in this game?
Well, you know it's something that he thought about, Brandon, and he had to. And he was thinking about it long before he got to this stage. As the season progressed and he saw that his team was good, if he was smart, he started to make plans right then and there. Reach out to other coaches who've been there before. Find out how they handled winning, losing, handling all the ticket situations, travel, practice, all those things. And then trust your gut, make your best decision, and put it all out there and give your team their best chance to win.
The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. And he'll send the tight end in motion left. First and 10, it's Patterson. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He'll buy some time right. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 29-yard line. Give him 18 on the play. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical it would be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
Second and 15. He's going to find Edwards open downfield. Touchdown, Falcons! Bryan Edwards with a first touchdown of the Super Bowl and a long one at that. And the Falcons are on the board first here in this Super Bowl. Extra point by Koo, up and good. the score 7-0.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. First down, Bridgewater. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. He was a 1,000-yard receiver during the regular season, and that's his first catch of this Super Bowl, and he picks up the first down.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Throwing is Bridgewater. And that's incomplete.
I want to see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From the gun, Bridgewater.
And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. To the air again with Bridgewater.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. And this will be taken at the 13. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5, and the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
But they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. He's got him in, complete.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Well, after the standard 2-week layoff, you always wonder how's your offense going to respond and come out and play here in the Super Bowl. Well, they got a great answer right there and almost a sigh of relief on that side of the field because now they've got to feel like they can use their entire playbook and game plan for this one.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. The slot man in motion right. Tossing out right here to Patterson. To the 36-yard line. Stop there.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. He'll look to throw. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. Touchdown Falcons. Olamide Zaccheaus, 36 yards. And the Falcons will add to their first quarter lead here in this Super Bowl. Crew able to connect on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Bridgewater. That's going to be caught by Waddle. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Oh, I see you nodding your head along with me, partner, because it's pretty obvious what they were trying to do there on the drag route. With his speed, they're hoping he can turn the corner and maybe take this to the house. But that was excellent work defensively to make sure once he caught it, he wasn't going anywhere.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. First carry for Raheem Mostert. But I think the ball's out, and the Falcons grab it. Well, he's going to have to shake out the cobwebs. First time he touches the football, and he drops it on the ground.
So many times we talk about quarterbacks and taking care of them early to get them in the flow with safe throws, right? But with a runner, there is no such thing as a safe run, right? Right out of the gate, you're going to be in some traffic. Got to take care of the ball, and he didn't do that.
Patterson running between the tackles. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
You've got to be impressed by the defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Here's 2nd and 8. Got to manage Patterson complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Patterson, he'll try it up the middle. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll set up a throw. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, how about the challenge we're seeing here in this game early? Man coverage against some fleet receivers. That time, the defense won.
Koo knocks this one through the post.
And that'll make this 17-0 here in the opening quarter.
So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Mostert. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Here's a quick throw out to Wilson. Stop shy of the 45. Showed off a nice little move on the play, though. And those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there. Now Bridgewater.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Richie Grant. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football.
Well, when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
He's got his man, London, right side. And he'll be brought down at the 27. 1 quarter done, 3 more to play here in Super Bowl 57.
Already 17-0 our score. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
On 2nd down, a run with Patterson.
And they'll get him down inside the red zone at the 14. It's also a gain of 14. 1st down. The CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but man, his first step is so quick too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll make it second down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Second and 5 from the 8. Straight ahead, Patterson.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A 5-yard gain there makes it first and goal.
That solid gainer will put them on the doorstep of the end zone. More importantly, it gives them a fresh set of downs. Nice work right there.
Now they bring a receiver in motion right. Now receiver in motion left.
Patterson will score. Touchdown, Atlanta.
The touchdown was scored by the runner. For the offensive line, they feel like it's theirs. They blocked that one up perfectly. Allowed him easy access to the end zone.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive.
They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily to look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
Now first down throw complete downfield.
He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
To throw is Bridgewater. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game. It has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
To throw again on second down. Bridgewater over the middle and complete to Waddle. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
3rd and short yardage. Bridgewater.
Got a man, it's Waddle complete. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. So from inside the 20, here's first and 10 at the 18.
Dolphins first down. First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
They run out of the shotgun with Mostert.
And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Throwing. Bridgewater. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete.
Intended for
He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami.
Freddie Swain.
An 11-yard touchdown.
And the Dolphins are able to cut into that deficit.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Mike McDaniel, no hesitation on his end. He's telling his offense to go for 2.
Bridgewater will try and throw. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion. Caught in the end zone. And that cuts the lead a bit further. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
Batson not going to risk returning it, so they'll start at the 25.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And that last touchdown drive they had very balanced. How key is that balance?
It's huge because most of the time when we talk about balance is run, pass, almost 50-50. But most of the times when you talk to offensive coaches, they say balance is we do what we want when we want to. And that means that they're ahead of the defense, keeping them on their heels.
Yeah, they imposed their will on that last drive. Second and 2. Now the ball comes loose, and the Dolphins have got it.
We know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field, and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you or closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra ball security drills with the way the game's played now because defenses, they attack the football as much as they attack the runner.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. He finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down.
But we all know the guy carrying the ball is going to get the credit both in the stat line and probably in the newspaper. But guess what? Those guys creating holes, they couldn't feel better about themselves right now. Offensive line, tight end, probably even the wide receivers are involved. They're moving the ball well.
Bridgewater's throw is taken in by Waddle. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
A gain of 6. That's good for Dolphins.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
A first down throw for Bridgewater. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill, 27 yards.
And the Dolphins get a bit closer.
CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
They'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught. So they do get it. And the 2 points. Now they're back down to a 1-score deficit.
Dolphins 16.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
Batson not going to risk returning it, so they'll start at the 25.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Yeah, last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, trying to atone for it here on this drive. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down.
Jalen Phillips, the former first-rounder, getting in there for the sack.
But that's what they have to do more of defensively, not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face. Now let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Well, it hasn't been a banner first half for the defense trying to cover him today, but they'll take that one right there, helping force that incompletion.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Channing Tindall. And the Dolphins will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw. Because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive. And he's got a first down following a pickup of about 13 as we will take a pause here for the 2-minute warning.
Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
10 at the 44-yard line.
Once again, it's Mostert.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, second down. He's already fumbled once in this game, and I thought the ball started to jostle there a little bit, but they got to him quickly at the line of scrimmage.
They sure did. And remember, if you're not a very confident runner and you've already dropped it once, if there's traffic around you, the only thing you think about is protecting the football, not gaining yards.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play.
And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. From the 27, Bridgewater. Catch made right side by Wilson.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 2.
5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on third down. And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Bridgewater again.
Tyreek Hill's got another one.
Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
To throw again on second down. Bridgewater. Throw left side here, complete to the tight end, Gesicki. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up first and goal.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block.
And he's got his tight end, Gesicki, in the end zone. Touchdown, Dolphins. A great play there as the first half is winding down.
And the Dolphins are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Mike McDaniel, no hesitation on his end. He's telling his offense to go for 2. It's a run with Mostert.
And he's not going to get there. So they come up empty on the 2-point conversion, and they are unable to tie up this football game.
22.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And with a 2-point lead in hand, they may not do anything too aggressive here.
Zacchaeus here hauling it in. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And it's knocked away and incomplete. So we've reached halftime here in the Super Bowl. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in the Super Bowl. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, they trail here in the Super Bowl, but fortunately for them, Charles, very much still within striking range.
Yeah, things didn't go exactly the way they planned in the first half. To me, they appeared to be a little bit tight, made a few errors they normally wouldn't. But, of course, this is the Super Bowl, so things get a little bit heightened in that regard. But I think they have to feel a little fortunate. They're only down what they are here starting the third quarter.
Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10. To throw, Bridgewater. That's caught by the Notre Dame man. It's Durham Smythe. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
24 yards the gain there. Another first down as well.
Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Up the middle they go with Mostert. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Throwing is Bridgewater. And he's got his tight end. It's Mike Gesicki. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
That's another Dolphins first down. First and goal at the 4-yard line.
Mostert. He is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way. So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Bridgewater. And he's got his tight end, Gesicki, in the end zone. Touchdown, Dolphins. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Dolphins have regained the lead in the 2nd half of this Super Bowl. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is up to 5.
29. Falcons 24.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Batson not going to risk returning it, so they'll start at the 25.
Their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, 1-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other. But one thing we certainly know, he likes to take those risks deep downfield during games, coverage or not. The coverage was there on that one. No catch, but he's also fortunate. No turnover either.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. That's going to be caught by Pitts. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His 2nd catch of the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a first down.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Running the counter, Patterson. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. They'll set up a throw. And that is incomplete.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. And with a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. And this returnable for Hill. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return, and it'll be Dolphin football.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were in the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again. I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Bridgewater to throw it. Over the middle, he's got Gesicki, the big 6'5" tight end. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain there of 21 yards.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
On play action, it's Bridgewater. And he'll just get rid of it. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
A run with Mostert up the middle. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
On 3rd down, here comes Mostert.
And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first. It's a pickup of 6, but it's not going to be enough. And the punt team's going to be summoned on 4th down.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
Well, Bridgewater on 4th down.
Open man is Waddle, complete. And he will have a Dolphins first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it. But in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. Bridgewater on 1st down.
And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Third quarter of the biggest spectacle in sport, the Super Bowl. Thanks for joining us, everybody. 2nd and 10.
Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Being chased out left.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
It'd be interesting to see what he decides to do the next time he's in the position we just saw there. Outside of the pocket, takes a throw downfield, it turns up incomplete. I wonder if next time he might take off and run.
It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on third. To throw is Bridgewater.
Over the middle and complete to Waddle.
And he is stopped just short on third down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10.
That pattern and scheme was well defensed on third down. He tried to just sprint from one side of the field to the other, and they got it to him quickly. But no chance at yards after the catch there, and they stop him short.
Fourth down, they're going. Bridgewater. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Dolphins can't convert on fourth down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
This pass is caught by London.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
26 yards. And the Falcons, first down. First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
He's got Patterson on the out route.
Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the third.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Second and 5. And he's got his big tight end here.
And the Falcons are going to be set up with a first and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got a first and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now first and goal, expect them to attack right here on this play.
They'll run with Patterson.
And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
Well, the spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the second score there. Second and goal from inside the 5. They'll send the tight end in motion. Second and 4.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Third and goal, a big play in this Super Bowl.
He'll drop to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons.
Bryan Edwards.
His second touchdown of this Super Bowl.
And the Falcons had taken the lead here in the final seconds of the third quarter. Well, to put it mildly, he's been able to dice up this secondary all game long, and this time that was a missile that he threw into the end zone and adding another touchdown to his ledger.
And I think we see these youngsters develop a lot quicker than we ever had, because when they get started in this game, they're not just throwing passes around, they're reading coverages early. So now they're like seasoned pros earlier in their career. How about this one here? If they win this ball game, a game ball definitely coming from his head coach.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They go play action. Bridgewater. And Wilson with it, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
26 yards. That's good for Dolphins. First down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
A first down throw for Bridgewater. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki.
15 more yards. That's another Dolphins first down. 1st and 10 at the 20.
First down, Bridgewater.
That's complete. Once again, it's Gesicki. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
In motion, Hill.
Bridgewater again. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Tyreek Hill, his 2nd touchdown of the Super Bowl.
And the Dolphins answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that will make this a 4-point game.
Dolphins 32.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
Batson not going to risk returning it, so they'll start at the 25.
Their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And we're at the time in this Super Bowl where, look, they need points, and they need them badly. Trailing here in the 4th quarter as they begin this drive, 1st and 10.
The first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't 3rd down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the 1st down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Back to throw here. Zacchaeus here hauling it in. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
On play action, they'll throw out to his left.
And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
And next time, Brandon, I think you might want to consider running it because those defensive backs, they were plastered to the receivers, and they weren't letting up as that play went on.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
He's got his man, London, right side. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll look to throw again. Complete to Zacchaeus. And he's going to have a Falcons first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
38. Back to throw again. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
So it looks like they stopped some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A good pickup there, a 22.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Again, he'll drop to throw. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. Touchdown! Keith Smith, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead.
That's the score. Falcons 39. Dolphins.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And this could become a career-defining drive for some. Down 3, 4th quarter of the Super Bowl. This is where the legends are made in the National Football League as they begin this drive 1st and 10. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. On 2nd down, Mostert. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
Bad news, they didn't get it on 2nd down. The good news is they still only need about 3 or 4 inches here on 3rd.
And the good play callers have looked at both situations. They thought to themselves, okay, this call, I pick up the 1st down, already ready with that call. If I don't, this is what I'm going to come back with in order to pick it up.
They'll try and run here with Mostert.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
70 yards rushing now from Mostert as he picks up a 1st down.
I was used to joke with my teammates who carried the ball a lot. When we got in these situations and they were carrying us home, I used to tell them, boy, you guys just look like Paul Bunyan, just growing stronger, bigger, tougher. And all night long, he's carried this team.
He has indeed. Everything magnified right now. A huge 3rd down conversion.
They'll stay on the ground with Mostert.
And some space here. The 20. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. It's a big play there for Miami. 48 yards. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal.
Here's Mostert.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. They'll try to throw here now. Bridgewater. And he's got his tight end, Gesicki, in the end zone. Touchdown, Dolphins. A great play there with his third touchdown of this Super Bowl.
And the Dolphins have regained the lead. And now remember, all touchdowns are reviewed. And in a tight game like this, they're going to take a good long look at it. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that will make this a 4-point game. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
Batson not going to risk returning it, so they'll start at the 25.
Their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
And he powers through the first wave, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage.
That was well played there defensively. Two tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Out of the gun, a run with Patterson. And he'll manage only a couple here up to the 25.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete.
And he's going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
First down. Here we go. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
He's back to throw.
On a huge mistake late, it's intercepted. Picked off by Keon Clausen. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football.
Well, let's face it, Brandon, they're down here in the second half. Want to try and make something happen, and if you're the guy with the ball in your hands, you're going to try even harder. Because I think all he was trying to do was to get outside the pocket and see if he can find a big play downfield.
They'll run right side with Mostert to the 27-yard line.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. The kick by Sanders is good, and that'll make this a 7-point game.
For
from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again, 2nd and 10 from the 25. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the 1st down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
They'll look to throw. That's caught by Pitts. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
It's a gain of 27 yards.
He'll look to throw. Going for Kyle Pitts again. He's got him again. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. With that last completion, CD's now over 400 yards passing in the game, and quite a few of those have come via some pretty big strikes downfield. Certainly not afraid to challenge this secondary, and it's been successful.
I like your observation there, partner, because I agree. This is a group more than capable of torching a secondary any week, as evidenced by their combined stat line here. And in the time we have remaining, wouldn't shock me at all to see them take another deep shot.
Now, one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. And the Lombardi Trophy has a home in South Florida. The Miami Dolphins are your Super Bowl champions. And their remarkable season ends in the most remarkable of ways. They get to put next to their name, Super Bowl champion.
And they can't ever take that away, can they?
Nope.
That lasts forever. So good to see the emotion when it's all said and done. You see the hugs, you see the guys sharing, the collective happiness. Makes me want to carry you